As day breaks in the small town of Hatton, with just over 100 residents, Officer Glenn Steffler is responding to a call about an injured owl. Being birds of prey, owls are also known as raptors.
So right now we're going to this little town in Adams County. This lady called me earlier today about a great horned owl that she thinks has a broken wing, and she located the animal this morning. You know, it's just important that I respond to something like this. I mean, most hawks and owls, usually when there is something like this, usually it's human related. They are federally protected. So if an individual were to have shot this bird, it would carry a misdemeanor charge. Because in Washington State, you're not allowed to shoot any raptors of any kind. It would be a hefty fine and a possibility of jail time. Hopefully we can get the bird to the rehab center and get it on its way. There it is. I see it already.
You can get pretty close to him before he tries to fly.
They live kind of up in this tree here, and then they float up here all the time. They've been around here for a long time, and I came out to protect him.
I'm just gonna go try to get the owl. There's just a certain way you want to go about handling a wild bird like that, because they have a sharp beak and they have sharp claws, so you just want to make sure you don't get hurt in the process, and you don't want to injure this owl any more than it already is. They're not that stressed when they can't see what's going on. That's why I got the blanket around it. You know, he probably hasn't had any food or water in a while. He's panting heavily. I got a thick blanket on it, but that's partly for my protection and his. I just got this thing completely blacked out so he can't see. But he's still pretty ticked off in here. Perfect. So he's got an injured right eye. I thought I'd have to chase it around a little bit, but that was about as smooth as you could hope. It's still obviously very stressed, but it's not as stressed if I wouldn't have a blanket like this. I'll have to wrap that up. Yeah, so I'm meeting somebody from our Blue Mountain wildlife group.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So somebody with more training than myself will be able to tend to, at least he'll see a vet and everything. Well, he would have died eventually from either a coyote or a domestic dog. All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm not a veterinarian, but I mean, it looks like it's in pretty rough shape. In the state that the bird's in right now, there's no way that it could survive in the wild. So it's gonna get the care that it needs.